Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? It's your boy Denari. And before we get started with another episode of the Young Bulls Podcast, I want to let you guys know about Inherited Media. Now, what is Inherited Media, you may ask? It's a sports media collective run by my man Chris. If you like basketball, if you do podcasts such as mine, Young Bulls Podcast, or you like doing photography like my man Aiden, or you like doing anything else, you like writing articles, hit us up at Inherited Media. There's a lot of good creators over there, and if you want to be a part of something special like that, hit us up. Let us know. And just follow us on IG at Inherited. Link is in the bio. And yeah, man. With all that being said, enjoy this episode of the Young Bulls Podcast. And peace. Jay, you got anything to say before this episode?
Follow.
Anything else?
Subscribe. Follow. Watch. Love. Support.
And support. Enjoy the episode, man. Peace. Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? It's your boy Denari here. Before we get started with today's brand new episode of the Young Bulls Podcast, I want you guys to go check out this clothing apparel company called Solitary Faith Apparel. Solitary Faith Apparel is an apparel company my man Manny did. Shout out, man. He went to high school. I went to high school with him, but he's doing his thing, and he got a lot of good pieces on there, a lot of shirts and shorts, and it's a legit site. It's not one of those. It's not one of those scam things. So make sure you guys go check it out. Solitary Faith. There's a lot of good options to choose from, and there's a lot more stuff on the way. And for your first discount, you can use discount code FGFYDIUY for 10% off your first order. And the offer ends August 5th. So make sure you guys go check that out. Make sure you guys go check out the website. And make sure you guys go check out the IG to follow them on IG at Solitary Faith Clothing so you guys will be in the loop when there's more pieces and more articles that are dropping soon. Because I'm telling you right now, this is the beginning. It's only the beginning. There's more stuff on the way. I know I'm going to cop something. So make sure, I want you guys to cop something too. Look fly as well. So make sure you guys go check out Solitary Faith Clothing. Tell them the Young Bulls Pod sent you. And with Solitary Faith Apparel, with faith comes solitude. So make sure I go check it out. Shout out my boy Manny for doing this thing. Enjoy the episode. Peace.
Showtime.
Bro, Chris Paul has better handles than AI.
Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode with the YB Pod. I know y'all ain't seen my face in a long time, but I'm back now, so.
Yeah, that's your boy Kwengo. It's your boy Denari here. Back with another episode, as Kwengo just said. We got a guest today. It's our boy Senai. Senai, say what's up to the people, man. All right. First question before we even get started. What's with the hat? Is that just,
a very philosophical question for that. I mean, the hat is really a part of me. It's an extension of me. I feel like Perry the Platypus when I have it on. You know what I mean? Senai, podcast Senai. You know what I mean? It's just two different people. So.
All right, word. Well, we got a high octane episode for you guys today, man. Obviously, we got you last week. We're gonna give you guys another one today. We got an interesting conversation started off. So Senai is a Jordan head. He loves Michael Jordan.
Nice.
He considers him to be the GOAT. Me and Kwengo, on the other hand, we consider the GOAT to be the kid from Akron himself, chosen one, LeBron. Yeah, LeBron James. So we're just gonna start off this podcast with just Senai. You said you had a lot to say about Jordan being the GOAT. So go ahead, man. You have the floor. So
I mean, number one, let's talk about Jordan GOAT, right? Jormania, Jordan God, George Jesus. They did actually call him the Black Jesus back in the day, but nonetheless. So, number one, you want to talk about the best basketball player of all time, right? There's a lot of different things that you have to take into part. Okay, championships. You have to have at least rings. You can't be one of the GOATs and have no rings. It's impossible. LeBron and Jordan both had that, but listen, I want to hear Kwengo's argument first.
You just started. Just finish what you were saying, bro.
Wait. So me personally, I'm going quality over quantity. In my opinion, I won't say Jordan has no quality rings. He's competed against some good teams.
What?
But LeBron has competed against all-time teams and won. He beat the 73-9 Warriors, the best record ever, down 3-1. It will never be repeated. He beat the Spurs dynasty at least once, and probably would have beat them twice. This man D Wade didn't have horrible knees, but you know what I'm saying. Not to mention, he forced the second best player, arguably of his time at the time, to go team up with the third or arguably second best player, Stephen Curry, so that they could beat him. That's my GOAT. There's just no way on earth that Jordan has better rings than LeBron. He might have more rings. He might have three-peated, but he did so with the best team most of the time in the NBA, the best head coach in the NBA, the best front office in the NBA.
Okay.
Nothing like
All right. So, number one, all of that, a major yap session. You really want to get into it, right? Talk about quality over quantity. Okay, LeBron had a 73 and 9, and 3-1 back. Okay, this is impressive. This is the greatest ring of all time. There's no debate. He won 3 in a row. And you want to talk about he played against all-time rosters? He had an all-time roster too. He had an all-time roster. Everything except for that 73 and 9, like everything except for that 73 and 9, like championship run, he's been on an all-time roster. That 2020 team was a great all-time roster.
Wait, what team was the all-time roster?
When he played in the Heat?
What team? What year? What are we talking about?
Year.
Those were all-time rosters.
What?
Those teams pre-LeBron were not sniffing second round. Firstly, I'm pretty sure the year before LeBron came to the Heat, D Wade got exited in the first round.
I don't believe that's true, buddy. I don't believe that's true. Not only that,
Go ahead. I'm pretty sure I'm right.
not only do I believe that's wrong, right? But LeBron, number one, like, okay, greatness is someone who wins. Like, you can be like a great player. Like, there are people like Dan Marino, bro. Like, Dan Marino had like some of the greatest talent ever in the NFL, ever. But he doesn't win. He didn't win anything.
Okay.
So when you take into account, okay, who's the greatest, you got to say, okay, who's winning? Okay, well, what's his name? Jordan, two three-peats, and then he went to play baseball in the middle.
Wait, so he played, right?
The NBA got too easy for him.
Wait. Jordan played 15 seasons, right?
Yeah.
And he went to the finals, 6 times?
Mm-hmm.
So for the other, let me see.
9.
What was he doing? He was winning, right?
I mean, if you look
How
at
many first and second round exits, right?
first of all, when he got drafted to Chicago, they were a losing team. They never won anything.
Okay.
They never won anything. Chicago never won anything before Jordan got there. So it was already a losing culture. He turned a loser culture into a winning culture. He did that. LeBron, right? The Cavs were a great team in the 90s. You cannot argue that.
Great.
Bro, they were in the playoffs against Jordan.
They were good. They were not a great team.
They were good, bro.
Okay, they're good, great, but they had at least some sort of winning culture. They had some sort of like standard where the Cleveland Cavaliers were supposed to be.
They have no standard though. I don't know about standard.
In the 90s,
when LeBron got there, the Cavaliers had no standard.
No, at the time, yes, they didn't have anything. I'm not gonna say at the time they didn't have anything, but I'm talking about in the 90s, who had a winning standard? The Cavs, that was a winning thing. Like that was team won. In the 60s, 70s, 50s, 40s, whatever era you want to go back pre-Jordan, the Chicago Bulls had nothing. Like they never won anything. They were a joke of a franchise. Jordan came to turn it around.
Wait, Jordan or Jim Krause and
What?
Phil Jackson and Scottie Pippen and Tony Kukoc and
they did all that because of who?
Wait. Okay, wait. Just because you're at the
Krause is gonna go and get all these guys and do all this stuff.
You don't get credit. You get credit for being You get credit for being. Let me see. What's the word? He was a good conductor because he was the best player.
Jordan.
He was
Jordan.
a great
Conductor?
Yes, he was the conductor.
He was the actual train.
So with no Jerry Krause.
Time out. Hold on. Hold on, Kwengo. I'm pretty sure that the Bulls were still, even when Jordan had to sit out that year, the Bulls were still successful. If Jordan was truly the train, the Bulls would have went down, like, plummeted without Jordan. But they were still finding success without Jordan playing. Because Kukoc, who was labeled the Croatian Michael Jordan at one point in time, was still putting up solid numbers and helping the Bulls win. I just want to say that.
Croatian Michael Jordan, bro.
So first off,
you said that with a straight
you
face.
to say that Jordan made the team a winning team and created a winning culture at the Bulls is absolutely crazy. Because first off, how did this? He didn't have a win. He didn't know about winning anything until Phil Jackson and Scottie Pippen got there. He was losing constantly.
He won a natty in high school. In college. He won a national championship in college.
Loser. He could not get a game. They called him the black.
What do you mean he was a loser?
What did he have? 69 on Bird, and how many wins?
Number
he
one,
didn't have any wins.
That Celtics team. I know we talked about it earlier before we got on. You talked about how the Spurs had 4 Hall of Famers.
Yes.
That Celtics team had 6.
Okay.
That's one of the greatest teams of all time, and none of them could guard Mike. 0. Nobody. Like, they had no answer. Like, it was...
LeBron played some great teams by himself, got jumped, and still got games off on them.
Oh.
Like the Celtics.
Which Celtics? The 1 in 20.
Paul Pierce.
You can even say the year where they had Tatum in them. The year that they had Tatum in them, LeBron still took care of business against them.
But Tatum was like 20. Was Tatum even allowed to drink?
It doesn't matter though. LeBron willed that Cavs team to a finals. That team should not have been in the finals, and he willed them.
Yeah, he did.
Game 7 in Boston.
Come on.
I'm not saying here's what I'm saying. I'm not saying LeBron's a bum. That's a crazy thing.
You can't.
I'm not saying LeBron isn't a top 2. I'm not saying he's not arguably the greatest player of all time. I'm just saying you can't say who's the greatest player of all time. Jordan. Why? Because he was able to do something that no one else was you. I guess you could say Bill Russell. It's cool. There's 10 teams in the league, so I don't understand what the correlation is there. There's 10 teams in the league. How are you going to sit there and tell me that Bill Russell's oh my gosh, he's crazy? Obviously he's
wait. So LeBron, number 1 in points, top 10 in assists.
Oh, he's played in the league for 30 years, bro.
That's longevity, though. Where's
Kareem?
I'm saying
where's Kareem?
That's good for him.
Why isn't Kareem top 10 in assists?
Huh?
Why isn't Kareem top 10 in assists?
What?
Why isn't Kobe? What did Kobe play? 19 seasons? Didn't Kobe play 19 seasons?
Kobe did not pass the ball. Kobe did not pass the ball at all.
It's because he couldn't do it as exceptional as
LeBron. He didn't want to pass the ball.
He couldn't do it as exceptionally as LeBron did.
No, Kobe's
when
mindset,
you do something really well, you do it.
Kobe's literal mindset was
that's like saying why didn't Jordan shoot threes? Because he's not exceptional at shooting threes. He excelled at other things.
He didn't work on it. He didn't. You don't need to work.
Okay. Well, I'm not saying he could have never shot threes, but he just was not exceptional at it. That was just not.
Here's what I'm saying. What's your point earlier about? Wait, what did you say about? What did you say earlier? You just something about. What did you just say?
Longevity.
Yeah, he said Kobe. Bro, Kobe's mindset. He looked at it multiple times. His mindset was, why would I pass you the ball and I don't see you practicing? I don't see you working hard. Why would I give you the ball? It's a better shot for me to shoot over 2 people because I practice shot every day and you barely practice.
Okay.
That was his whole mindset. That's why he did not top 10 to say he's not top 10 anything. He was, I'm going to score the ball and put the ball in the basket. It's all me.
And that's why he's not the GOAT.
Well, this is an argument for Kobe. This is an argument for LeBron. I mean, for Jordan.
No, that's not the argument for Jordan at all. Firstly, Jordan, while playing on those teams with Scottie, I don't think he ever – actually, wait, not even – I won't say I don't think he ever. I think one time he did this. But Scottie pretty much led in every other stat other than points. A lot of their series.
This is something
for you to act like Jordan was doing this by himself or he just didn't want to. Jordan,
he had no help or whatever. He definitely had a lot of help.
No, you didn't. The whole point of having help is like this with people like Jordan and Kobe or whatever. The whole mindset is okay, you don't work you work obviously in the NBA. They know how to play basketball. That's just stupid to say that they don't know how to play basketball. You don't work on wide open threes as much as I work on contested fadeaways. You don't do that. So why should I pass you the ball? And it makes 100% sense. It makes complete sense. Why would I trust you to do something that you don't work as hard as me on something else. Like, it makes no sense. So, like, I don't understand where you get that from. And not only that, like, listen, I respect LeBron. I think it's cool or whatever. You know, like, he's whatever, bro. But, like, brother, Jordan averaged 37 in the finals. 37.
Let's not even talk about
let's not talk about averages.
Let's not talk about the limit.
About 2018, whatever. Like,
didn't Bron have 41 in Game 7? What are we talking about? Didn't Bron have 52 in Game 1 against a stacked?
A 33-point triple-double.
Come on. Didn't Bron have, like, literally 50-51 against the KD Warriors in Game 1, even though they lost that game? Look. Hey, Kwengo, I just want to say something real quick. So now I understand what you're saying about Jordan, but you're saying it like you haven't seen like, literally haven't, like, you've seen him play. Like, you've seen Bron play. Listen, Senai, listen, bro. You've seen Bron play. You've seen his greatness from 2004 to 2024. For 20 years, you've seen his greatness.
I was 1 year old. What are you talking about?
But you've seen his greatness, bro.
Okay.
You've seen what he's been able to do to teams, every team that he's been on. He's won a championship with every single team that he's played on. You understand that, right? He's won a title with every single team that he's played on. Every team game plans for Bron. If you put Bron back in the 90s with Jordan, Bron is cooking Jordan's style. If you put Jordan in today's generation, Jordan is averaging a cool 20, but that's it.
How does that make sense? Explain how that makes sense.
It makes perfect sense.
Okay. This is the number one thing. This number one thing. Like, I won't argue.
Bron could play in any era.
Listen, I won't argue about this, right? I won't argue about this until we understand this. Now, I'm not even going to say LeBron, but I'm going to say probably all the players now, right? Like, let's say, like, Bones Highland, right? Does he even start? He doesn't start. He doesn't start. Right?
Bones Highland doesn't start, no.
Okay.
In the 60s and 70s, Bones Highland would have been the best player in the league. Or arguably one of the best players in the league. Like, he would have been cracked, right? Like, everybody can agree with that.
Yeah.
Brother. But Bones Highland doesn't get to where he is if he's not trained growing up, playing basketball every single day. Like, a lot of these guys, especially like in the 90s, whatever, like, the skill for basketball has gone up and up and up and up and up. That's why it gets more competitive every single year. So,
but that further proves my point with Bron, though, because even though the skill goes up and up, Bron still continue to maintain that level.
Yes.
And Jordan, throughout his whole career, did the same thing. Jordan
He was having trouble with AI. He had trouble with AI. AI cost him out of his shoes. And even people in the 90s were saying, Senai, that people were having trouble guarding Grant Hill, who was one of the first two-way players in that era.
Wait,
oh, my gosh.
Wait.
Come on.
That's not it. That's
my whole point, though. Like, that's my whole point. You cannot...
Let's wait. Here's another point. Jordan is one of the most overrated on-ball defenders ever. I will never ever say Jordan wasn't a good defender. He was even a great help side defender. But Jordan on ball was not as good as they made it seem. Oh my goodness. There are several times he's had trouble with players. Magic Johnson, Game 1, fried Michael Jordan of the 1990-1991 finals. And they had to switch Scottie Pippen onto him. It's a fact.
Oh my gosh.
It's a fact.
You might need to get checked.
No, I don't need to get checked.
Permanently stupid.
Michael Jordan is very...
You're not going to tell me a 9-time all-defensive player is an overrated on-ball defender with a depoy.
You don't need to be an elite on-ball defender. You don't need to be an elite on-ball defender to make a defensive team. What are we talking about?
9 times at the guard position? He was a great...
Perfect example of a player who's a really good defender.
Not Giannis.
Very suspect.
Giannis is a big man. We're talking about a guard who's a 9-time defensive player.
It's easier as a guard because all you have to do is get steals. That's a fact.
Easier as a guard to make
AI made several all-defensive teams. Teams would easily target AI on the pick and roll if he played now.
Also, too, Senai.
As well, they made defensive teams because they got steals.
Senai, we can't act like getting a defensive player of the year in that era was not probably way easier than it is getting it now.
Explain how that makes sense.
Because, like you said earlier, you're talking about like the skill and everything.
More athletic.
Explain how that makes sense. In an era where Rudy Gobert is a 4-time depoy.
Okay, well, listen.
One of the best interior defenders ever. That's why. He anchors great defenses. Yes, that's why Rudy Gobert. He's the reason they beat the Nuggets this year. Why are we acting like this isn't true? This is a known fact. Rudy Gobert.
Did they beat the Nuggets? No. They beat the Nuggets because the Nuggets don't have good defensive guards.
Yeah, you kind of lost in that, bro.
They beat the Nuggets because they were able to stifle Jokic on the inside and stop Murray. And
because they have three great bigs.
That defense. If you take Rudy
they have three capable bigs they can put on Jokic. No other team has three really good bigs. No other team in the NFL and in the NBA. Like that's how the Lakers structured their roster. When they won in the bubble. Three.
Oh, yeah, because they had JaVale McGee, AD, and Dwight. Yeah.
Like you need 3 7 plus. Like this is like back to Shaq. Like you need 3 7 plus to put 2 guys on them, so at least you can try and stop the lob coming backside, and you can at least play some defense on Jokic. Like you need 2.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't think that's what the Nuggets did at all. Actually, the Nuggets actually let him go 1-on-1 way more, and actually stopped they locked the perimeter down and stopped Jokic scoring. That's actually what happened.
I feel like though. Back to that point, though, about Gobert. Gobert, he has 4 of those depoys. I'm not going to sit up here and say he deserved all 4 of them, maybe 2 of them, but...
I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the, I'll say, like, obviously...
When you put Gobert on people, they miss. It's just a fact.
Bro, Jokic had 40.
No. I was about to say that.
I'm not going to lie, I don't think you guys pay much attention. Like, the reason why he's getting these depoys is because when he plays on a team, the defensive rating is number 1, and he's also still getting blocks.
Wait, do you agree he should have gotten it over Wemby this year?
No, I don't think Wemby deserved it.
Okay,
it was Anthony Davis. I'm not gonna lie, I saw a lot of bigs like have their way with Wemby.
I'm in Lakers bias, bro.
No. I'm sorry, I would never ever like. It's so crazy. Do you realize that Embiid dropped 70 on him? Like respectfully. Yeah. Yes, he's gonna get a lot of blocks, and he's gonna like cause people to stray away from taking shots because he's 7'6" and he's a good shot blocker, right? So respectfully, but we have seen time and time again, if someone drops their shoulder into Wemby, he flies. He's not as elite a defender as LeBron. LeBron did to him at the Olympics.
Joel Embiid is arguably the best player in the world.
Not him.
He's not even arguably the best player. He's the best scorer in the world.
But not just him. AD also had almost 40 on him. Several big
40
this year.
But you also got to realize, too, this is Wemby's first year, so it's probably going to be the worst that he's going to be throughout his career.
I'm not saying I still think he's the top 3 defender in the league. I still think he's
wait. I don't
think he's as good as...
Who would be your top 3 defenders?
Huh?
Who would be your top 3 defenders?
My top 3 defenders this year?
I know one person who better be in that
list. I had AD in there.
Okay.
There were some good defenders this year. Herb Jones was tough this year. Bam like he is every year. But you know who was really good? What's the oh my gosh. Is it Jaden
McDaniels? Oh, Jaden McDaniels. Yeah.
He had to be top 3 this year. He had a great year and he had a great playoffs. So I probably got him.
He had a good Luka Doncic decided to play basketball.
And Jaylen Brown, honorable mention. He was probably top 5, top 10 this year too. Played great defense.
But any final words y'all want to say about the GOAT debate thing? Because I'm going to circle back to it. Because
no. We're canceling. Because the number, like, it's so hard to argue with people, right? When the key concept is this, bro. Players now are way better than they were in the 90s. And they specialize in different things. So you cannot just say like, I hear people talk about something. Oh, you put like Jordan in this era, he's like a better DeMar DeRozan or something. It's like, no, that's not how it's gonna work. Because if he grew up in this era, right? Jordan grew up in the 70s. He played basketball. He grew up in the 70s. He looked up to people like David Thompson, Julius Erving. These guys don't have a jump shot. They just go to the basket up and under, like dunk, do whatever, bro. That's what they do. So that's what he did.
Look, so that's how let me explain to you. To an extent with that, I agree to an extent. With
what I'm saying, like when LeBron first came in the league, he didn't have a jump shot, but once the league started to move on, and don't even Kwengo, but he shot 20% from three for the first like 5 years of his life.
LeBron had a jump shot when he came in the league.
He never played a shot.
He played to his strengths.
Okay, so my hope is
most
this.
players do. Most players.
Hey, Kwengo, let's not speak.
What is this? LeBron learned. Okay, I gotta have a 3-point shot if I'm gonna keep playing in the league. That's what's so great about LeBron. His adaptability is like extremely high. Like he knows how to improve. If you put Jordan in today's era, he would learn. Okay, I need to shoot threes to be the best. I'm going to shoot threes, and I'm going to practice threes, and I'm going to be the best I could. Like you cannot convince me, Michael Jordan, who was good enough to play Major League Baseball, right? After he didn't play Major League Baseball, Dinar?
Senai, he was in the minors. He was in the minors. No, he was in the minors.
Pretty sure he played Major League.
I didn't check.
I'm pretty sure he played Major League.
Let me check. Yeah, Michael Jordan was in the minor leagues, dude. He was on the White Sox minor league team.
Even bat well. Last I remember, he didn't even bat.
No,
He averaged a 202 batting average.
I know. He wasn't. Okay, whatever.
Michael wanted to bat.
What I'm saying, my whole point is this: like I know we all saw the Last Dance, greatest basketball documentary of all time.
We know that when Bron's documentary come out, that's gonna.
I'm not watching it. I'm boycotting. You heard what other baseball players talked. First person to get there, last person to leave. Like we're talking about like intangibles here. Like Mike, you're not gonna sit there and tell me Michael Jordan would have been like, okay, if I need to be the best, I need to have a great 3-point shot. I'm gonna get a 3-point shot. Like he would do it. And you pair that with a 50-inch vertical. Like what else are we talking about here, bro?
So, firstly, several different points of contention before we end this. Several different points of contention.
Right.
That one, what he said about Jordan, about us not being able to compare eras. Firstly, I usually agree with this, but there's some big differences here. When Jordan and LeBron were basically two intertwined eras. Jordan might have played in the 90s, but LeBron got drafted in 2004, 2003. So Jordan retired the year before. So their eras were not as different as you think they are. Like now, maybe like post 2010s, basketball is much different with like, you know, how people play on the perimeter a lot more now. But for you to try to separate Michael and LeBron's eras, like they're not right next to each other, is crazy, and say we can't compare, but we can.
You're talking about primes though. We're not talking about
prime. Jordan's prime was literally in the 90s, from like 1990 to like 99.
I mean, Jordan's prime was from 85 to 99. I mean,
when he was losing. Wait, doesn't Isaiah Thomas have like a 3-1 record against him?
Or you're talking about the same guy who he busted to go to the finals, and then also not on top of that,
won 2 games
Jordan Goat, who actually averaged 37 points a game.
And Isaiah, by the way, Isaiah Thomas also dropped 30 on your GOAT multiple times. Point that out.
Dropped 30.
Nonetheless,
also too, let's not forget that the Bulls have trouble getting past teams such as the Orlando Magic in that era with young Shaq and Penny, the Sonics in that era. You know, just multiple teams, and also too, like to your credit, so now like you talking about like you know the skill and everything like that. If you watch the documentary, which I'm pretty sure all of us did, we can all agree that in the Last Dance documentary that the skill, like, come on, man, like it's just not. It's not what you're seeing in today's time.
Okay, that's my whole point. That is literally my whole point. Basketball is getting better every single year. It's getting better. It's being more competitive. Like people from in the 80s or whatever, we can all say everyone in the league right now has a better 3-point shot than every big in the league right now has a much better 3-point shot than dudes in the 90s. That's 100%.
Miller's still an all-time 3-point shooter. That's what I'm saying. Like, for you to say, like, oh, the reason Jordan wasn't good at threes was because he didn't have to. No, people still had skill sets. Like
some people played to the strength, bro. Like there wasn't a single player in the NBA. There wasn't a single player in the NBA, right, that had a 40-inch plus vert in Jordan. I'm talking about 90, 98, whatever, till now, right? There was a single person that had a 40-plus inch vert and could shoot threes. No.
Okay.
But now that's everywhere.
I mean, I guess people have the skill set, but like not everyone employs.
The whole point.
Not everyone employs that skill set. Like just because you have it,
not everybody has it.
Consistent basis.
Like not everybody has it.
How many people with a 40-inch vertical in the NBA right now are shooting threes at an elite level every night? Not many. Like maybe like Zach LaVine. Let me think. Nah, there's literally
Donovan Mitchell. John Morant. Well, I guess not
John Moran is not shooting at elite, and he does it well.
Let me see.
There's not that.
Kwengo, any last words about the GOAT debate about LeBron? You want to make your final arguments?
End off saying this, man. LeBron, not only has he scored the most points of all time, he has generated some of the most points of all time, period. If you've seen that Jimmy High Roller video, like he dropped like a year ago, LeBron has generated over like 50,000 points. Like for that to go along, those assists with what he scored, the quality of his rings, you know what I'm saying, the accolades, handling all the pressure, defeating all-time teams with some of the greatest IQ, elite defense, great finals performance, classic playoff performances. That's why he's the GOAT. That's all I have to say.
That's looking, man. Wait, before we end this segment, guess who has a 40-inch ring?
Who?
Mike Conley.
That's the surprise.
He's a 40.5-inch ring.
I believe it.
I've actually never seen him dunk, so that's crazy.
Holy crap.
Yeah. All right, but cool. All right, cool. So before we even just go any further, I just want to reiterate. I'm about to say this in the intro anyway, but that was episode sponsored by Solitary Faith Clothing. Make sure y'all go out and show some love to Solitary Faith Clothing, everything like that. But moving on. We just talked about the GOAT debate, greatest player of all time. So now with the Olympics concluding and Team USA winning gold yet again with the help of LeBron James, we're now going to take a look at the, Team USA basketball teams and rank those between, whether or not which teams are the greatest of all time. So obviously you got the Dream Team, the Avengers, the Redeem Team, and the other team. So, Senai, you go ahead and go first.
Okay, so wait, it's just those three, right? Because those are the three best.
Yeah, the ones that won't go to lose.
Right? We're not covering the 08 team.
No, we can.
Okay. Oh, like I gotta pull them all up, but I think number one is the Redeem Team. Like, I don't think there's not a single planet where you tell me Kobe Bryant is prime, LeBron is prime, D Wade is like. There's no way you're gonna tell me. Was Melo on the 08 team?
Yeah.
He was on the 08. He was on the 2012, right?
Melo was on both.
He was definitely on 2012.
Yeah, Melo was on both.
Yeah, I mean, that's the best team. Looking right here, I just want to see who has like the highest point differential because like that's also extremely important. But I'm not gonna lie, without looking just raw, like not without looking at all this stuff, I go Redeem Team, Dream Team, Avengers, and then 08.
You have the Dream Team over.
Yep.
You have the Dream Team over the team that just won. All right, Kwengo, you go ahead. You want to say anything, Kwengo? It looks like you would want to say something.
So first off, number one, I agree. The Redeem Team is probably the best USA team of all time. It probably will be for a while. I don't know. I low-key actually can't even see them being top, but you know how it is. Like in the future, there probably will be a team that tops them. But just to think about that team, like how many dogs they had on that team, like the players that are just sheerly unstoppable. Like D Wade, what he was doing. Then you had Carmelo coming off the bench, easily give you 30. Then you had Kobe, you had LeBron. Then you had, was Dwight Howard? Dwight Howard was definitely on that team.
On the 2012?
Some of the other bigs were on that team. But, oh my goodness, that team was elite.
Dwight was not on that team.
The 2012 team? Who?
Tyson Chandler,
Tyson Chandler was on that team.
LeBron, Russ, Deron Williams, Iggy, Kobe, Kevin Love, James Harden, Chris Paul, Anthony Davis, Melo.
Yeah, that team just had too many dogs, though, in my opinion. I think what they have over the Avengers has more skill, but give me that mentality. They have just as much. I would say the Redeem Team has just as much skill, but great mentality. Dogs everywhere. I'm saying they play hard. I think the only knock I can have on the Avengers is I think they get a little bit lax. Like I don't think that Redeem Team was much more mentally tough.
I got you. So Redeem Team's 1, so he got for 2.
The Avengers has to be 2, and then the Dream Team, and then 08. The Avengers has to be 2. Even with what happened, in the Olympics, some of these games being close, what they were able to accomplish, and what I saw LeBron, KD, and Curry do down the stretch, it's just like it was crazy. Especially those circus shots that Steph was putting up in the final against France. It's like I got to give credit where it's due, man. That team, not to mention all the other teams, will have a nightmare trying to guard them when they're locked in. But yeah, then the dream team. You know what I'm saying? Just to respect, my elders to an extent. They were still a great all-time team, but I just don't see them doing anything with the Avengers or Redeem team. And honestly, probably the '08 team as well. Honestly, probably the '08 team as well.
All right, so
team last, and actually,
for me, I got 2012 team first, and I got the Avengers, obviously, because just the star power they have on that team is just, Dream Team. I mean, it's cool, but obviously the star power on the Avengers is just massive. It's just way too many stars on there. Third, I got the Dream Team. No, actually, third, I got the 08 team. Third, I got the 08 team. And then lastly, I got the Dream Team. I feel like 3 and 4 could be interchangeable, honestly. The Dream Team for that era was nice, but now I'm just gonna be honest, man. Now it's just like, that's what I got. So yeah.
I heard in the last 6 minutes, probably the closest thing you get to malarkey. Because the Dream Team, right? The closest margin of victory was a 38-point win over Puerto Rico. The closest margin, they smacked every team they played. Smacked them.
And it was easy. You know what I'm saying?
How many players were on those teams?
Listen, okay, that's what I'm going to factor in. That's why they're not the best. If we're talking about, in the era, who dominated the most, it's the Dream Team, by far, no question. But you also need to factor in, who do they play? That's why I put him at third, or what I put, second or third?
Second.
I put him at second because, brother, for this point differential is actually insane. I've never seen. I didn't see this, bro. They beat Venezuela in the championship game, in the gold medal game, by 47.
Venezuela, come on, bro.
You wanted to choose who they play against, or?
I'm just saying.
You want them to play against yourself?
Name even a single player off that Venezuela team.
Was there anybody in the league on that Venezuelan team?
Let's look right now.
Dude, come on. It's the same thing with the GOAT debate. That's what I'm saying. The game has grown. The game has grown. And
right. But putting them last is crazy.
Not to mention, that's another excellent point. LeBron has really, he's still expectations with the globalization of basketball.
I don't understand.
Giannis, Embiid, Jokic, and LeBron somehow still finds ways.
Luka, come on, add Luka in there.
Yeah, wow, that's crazy. That's a good point. I'm not even gonna lie.
I don't understand what's the hype about the Avengers.
Well, first, they're playing in the era of basketball where international basketball is a million times better than it's ever.
What do you mean you don't understand the hype?
Okay, I watched a pretty good amount of the games, but listen, the team is great, right? Steph,
great. Team's amazing, bro. What are you saying?
I mean, Steph came in, just destroyed. Steph is
top five, most definitely.
He's better than LeBron, but what my whole point?
Whoa! Did you just say that Steph Curry was better than LeBron, bro?
No, I said he played better than LeBron.
He didn't.
All right, continue.
But I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking at these point differentials. Preliminary rounds, USA in 2012 had plus 191. Point differential was plus 161 for 08. I mean, honestly, brother, I don't know how you can even put these two together. The 2012 team beat Spain by 7, which is their closest. That's the closest thing. The 92 team, the 08 team didn't none of the games that they had were ever close. All the games they won by 20 plus every single game. So every game they won by 20. They beat Spain by 11. So it's just hard to say because Spain is clearly the best country outside of the U.S. For a good amount of time. So
oh, okay, yeah.
that's the
And
team
from
that
Spain or France,
yeah, Spain and France. So like,
and Serbia is also pretty good.
putting the dream team last is disgusting. Like, Denari, you need to be.
But was it Croatia? Was it Croatia that was the good team of
Yeah,
in the
in the
90s?
90s. In the 90s, yeah. It's not. I don't think it's. I mean, I respect your opinion, but I don't think it's ridiculous because, like we said, like the game is grown. Like you gotta remember too. You gotta remember too, because this is how you look back at like the USA teams and everything like that. If you looked at the Redeem Team documentary or whatever on Netflix, Kobe was credited by saying, oh yeah, USA got bronze, whatever, in the thing. They got bronze. Like I find solace in the fact that that we lost, but it's good that the game has grown. In the 90s, you said it yourself, they were smacking teams. The point differential was different. There's not many NBA stars on those teams. You said it yourself in the championship they played Venezuela. Come on,
that's so ridiculous. Like why are we acting like this?
But we're smacking teams, right?
We're
talking like this. This goes back to the same argument like basketball is going to have for years. Like, how do you compare eras?
You compare it. There's many different factors. First off,
that's like saying that Bob Cousy. That's like saying that
better.
That's like saying that Stockton's one of the greatest point guards because of his passing. But if you actually look at it,
who?
John Stockton. That's like saying Stockton's one of the greatest point guards because of his passing, and he says no.
He's not top.
He's the all-time great, but he's probably not top 5.
He's not top what?
Yeah, he's not top 5. No.
Top 10 is he's probably in the top 10.
He's
to 9 or 10.
Well, my whole point is this, brother. You cannot be like, oh, they didn't play anybody good, or they did this, they did that, they did that. Like, it's the same thing with Bill Russell. Like, Bill Russell has 11 rings.
Did they even have Olympic Games when Bill Russell was there?
No, but that's not my point. I'm saying Bill Russell has 11 rings in a league with 10 other teams. Like, that's why you can't compare and say, oh, Bill Russell has the most rings. Like, this is why he's third overall or fourth all the time. Like, obviously he gets debunked because of the teams he played and the era that he played in. But you have to take into fact how dominant they were in that era. Like, we're not talking about, okay, the Dream Team, the 08 team, the 2012 team, and the 2024 team all played each other, like, in a tournament. Who would win? Like, we all know the answer, who would win. But the 2012 team won. But my point is saying that you have to look about how dominant they were in that era, and who do they play, and how do they match up. Like, if they smacking every team they played by 30 plus,
they were the best team of their era. Fair.
They were the best team of their era, and you cannot tell me that being that good is going to put you in fourth place. It's just not possible.
Okay, but if you dominate in a better era, then you get more respect. You get more, and that's why LeBron is the GOAT, because he's dominated over the best eras. Yes, that's the whole point.
But also too, Senai, the reason why we also say that the Avengers is over the Dream Team now is because you look at the stars that own the Avengers now versus the stars who own the Dream Team. I mean, we're not sitting up here saying listen. We're not sitting up here saying the people on the Dream Team were scrubs.
And you know what he's gonna say? He's gonna say you can't compare, but you really can, because a bunch of those players on the Dream Team had the same skill sets. Larry Bird had an outside shot. Why are you acting like this is the 60s? Like, I will get it if you say don't compare.
Larry Bird is not a top 5 3-point shooter of all time, but you know that? He isn't.
If Larry Bird played in this era, his 3-point shooting would definitely be way more exaggerated with spacing and the amount of shots he would be able to take a game.
Bro,
that would probably help his career. That would probably help his argument for 3-point shooting if he was in this era. Same thing as Reggie Miller. You can compare things like that. Like Steve Kerr, he was a great 3-point shooter in his time, and he would still be a good 3-point shooter now. Reggie Miller was a great 3-point shooter in his era.
If you plug Steph into the 90s, they would not know what to do. If you plug KD in the 90s or the 80s, they would think it's witchcraft. You said it earlier. If you plug KD in the 90s or 80s, that's witchcraft.
That's the whole point, though. Like,
but you saying that you can't compare eras? You most definitely can. Like, it's doable.
You can't. Okay, it's doable, but it's like you have to take a lot of things. If you're being like 100% objective, you have to take a lot of things into account. You cannot just tell me you put KD. Okay, you put KD in the 80s, he's gonna dominate. You put LeBron. I mean, you put Jordan in the 60s, he's gonna dominate. Like, Jordan would genuinely average 70 in the 60s. He would genuinely average 70.
Okay.
And
many players would.
can't just put one player in the previous decade. Like that's not how it works.
Many players would.
You have to evaluate how good they were in their time, right? And then put that, and then say, okay, how good was this person in their time? Like Steph has been the greatest point, he's the greatest point guard of all time, right?
But he wasn't better than Magic was in his time. So why is he the greatest?
Because in his time, in Steph's time,
he didn't dominate more than Magic dominated during his time.
He won 2 unanimous MVPs. How many rings? 3? Is 3 or 4 rings?
4.
Wait, do you remember when Rookie Magic took his team to the finals and won?
Yeah. You remember when Steph won a unanimous?
Wait, do you remember when Magic was the conductor of the Showtime Lakers?
Are you saying that Magic's better than Steph? Kwengo?
Firstly, I believe Stephen Curry is the best point guard ever, but he's not greater than Magic. Not to me. No. I believe he's a better player. He has much more gravity as a player, I guess, but when it comes to greatness and whose legacy is better, give me Magic's legacy every time. Yep. Was it 6 finals in what, 15 years, or was it 9 years?
9, I think.
It was 9 years, I'm pretty sure. 6 finals in 9 years. And not to mention his career was cut short. The season before he retired, he won MVP? Like, what are we talking about?
But how many times has Steph gone to the finals?
What, like probably, I think he's 4 for 6.
No, he
lost once. He lost twice.
He lost once.
He lost twice. LeBron beat him and lost Kawhi because
Kawhi. Yeah. 4 for 6.
Yeah, no. Give me Magic's legacy over Steph. But I can admit that Steph was something we've never seen before, and he probably is the greatest point guard talent ever. So it's very arguable to say that he's the greatest or the best. But me personally, I think Magic is greater. That's just me. I think he's greater, but I understand.
Here's trying to differentiate between the greatest and the best and the awesomest and the guy who looks the coolest.
Well, sometimes you can be a really good player, but you don't get to have that legacy because you're not afforded a good teammate. Like that happens. Dame has not really played on great rosters, even though I don't think he would be that much higher all time if he did have rings. But like, there are plenty of players who are really, really good, and they just don't ever get that roster. Like Charles Barkley was a pretty good player in his time. He won an MVP, but he never had a really crazy roster.
Whoa, what?
Charles Barkley.
In 90, I don't remember if it was 92 or 93. That was the best roster he ever had in his life. He had Kevin Johnson, Dan Marshall,
Marley.
Yeah, whatever that was.
And how did that match up against some of the better teams in the league, especially teams like the Bulls, who basically their role players were the best in the league.
He took them to 6.
They still lost though.
And like I said, they didn't really stand a chance against that Bulls team.
How did they have a chance? He took them to 6
because they had the best roster in the league.
93 was not the best roster of all time.
I said they had the best in the league, not all time.
All right, so just any last words about the greatest team of all time argument, Senai? You got any closing thoughts for you?
Well, it's 100% the Redeem Team.
You're the number one.
The Redeem Team, Dream Team, the Avengers. Oh wait, that's my final say.
Kwengo.
Like I said, man, I agree with that. I mean, the Redeem Team definitely has to be number one in my opinion. And I would probably put the Avengers too. You know what I'm saying? They're playing against the best international teams that have been about for, I guess since the start of basketball. This is probably like the most competition you're going to get internationally. Like you have teams like France with Victor Wembanyama, a defensive player of the year on that team. And then you got Germany. Yeah, so I'm going to go Avengers 2. And then 08 and the Dream Team last. So
I got Redeem Team 1, Avengers 2, 08, and then I got Dream Team last. I'm sorry. I just you can't get any pity for me when you're playing against Venezuela in the championship game. With barely any other NBA players.
This Puerto Rico team now would smack that Puerto Rico team then. Like Jose Alvarado would drop 50.
The Puerto Rico
Alvarado
listen, that Puerto Rico Kwengo, the Puerto Rico team in 04 smacked US when they played. So, I'm just saying you can't, bro. I'm sorry. There was no other competition. The world wasn't, really seeing us. they had Jordan advertisements and stuff in different countries, but the game was still in its infancy in other countries. You can't compare it. I'm sorry. You can't.
And like I said, man, with respect to everything, I have Jordan number 2 all time. He did a lot for the game. He globalized the game. Mostly, I won't say by himself, but he was like the focal point of, the globalization of basketball. And, you know what I'm saying? What he did, 6 rings, no losses, great fear factor, tons of aura. I have to put him in the top 3 somewhere. He could potentially be 3. But, you know what I'm saying? I'll respect him and put him at 2.
What 2 do you have over Jordan? What two would you have over Jordan, Kwengo? I have.
So, there was another man born in the #Virgin Islands.
Kick him.
He's about 7 foot almost. I think we're born in the same part of the island, but shout out to Timmy D, man.
Oh my God,
he is probably, arguably, one of the most important players ever to a dynasty.
Time out. You put Tim Duncan top 3 over Kobe?
Whoa. I thought we all knew Tim Duncan was better than Kobe. Wait, was that a... Wait, was that a debate?
No, obviously he's joking.
You're joking. Are you joking?
How many rings did Kobe have? 4 or 5?
Are you 5? Are you joking?
5. And then how many finals during those rings?
Come on. Are you actually joking, Kwengo?
No. What was it? Because Shaq, I think, was the best player during their 3-peat.
Let's not act like Tim Duncan didn't have, other good players such as Tony Parker, David Robinson, Manu Ginobili. He
had good players.
Yes. Kawhi Leonard, come on, bro.
He was the focal point. He was the focal point of that Spurs dynasty, man. We'll probably never see it again. Like the talent that he had, with the things that were not counted on the stat sheet that he did on the floor. Yeah, some of the greatest defensive impact ever.
Okay, but
a wizard in the post.
I'm cool if you said top 5. I'm cool if you say top 5, but
no.
I kind of have a problem.
Don't get me wrong. I think Kareem has to be 3 because of what he did. You know what I'm saying? Never losing a game in high school. You know what I'm saying?
Thank God. You can't
winning on.
You call? No, Senai called him.
I didn't call him.
That's low. I didn't
call him. I swear I didn't call him.
So as I was saying though, I'm not gonna lie, I do have Kareem at 3, but if you were to do some research into Kareem, I'm sure many people would take him out of their top 3 because there was some suspect stuff on his name, man. With regards to his field goal percentage around the rim to be so tall, there were times he was shooting under 50%, man, during playoff series, which is kind of crazy at his height. But as I was saying, man, Jordan, respect him enough to put him at 2. If I wanted to try really hard, I'd probably try to justify a way to put Tim Duncan at 2. But he's definitely over Kobe. I don't think that's a question for me at all.
Senai, do you think? Obviously, this was not on my bingo card of what we are going to talk about on tonight's episode. But
I can't have this go.
No. But Senai, I'm going to ask you. Kwengo just said that Tim Duncan is presumably better than Kobe Bryant. You're the basketball junkie, so what's your assessment on what he just said?
He's an idiot. That's all I got. He's an idiot.
Hey, man, to each his own, man.
I just don't know how you put somebody, not in the top 3 who arguably outside of LeBron and Jordan has had a bigger impact on the game and, team success as well. I don't know. Respect
to Kobe, man. You know what I'm saying? I never get down on one of the greatest players ever, man. But it's really hard for me to justify him being over Tim Duncan when a lot of the times he wasn't the best player on his team. He had series where he shot his team out of the series, out of games. It's very hard to justify that when a player like Tim Duncan requires the ball so little, but when he gets the ball, he makes excellent offensive plays elite defense. It's really hard for me to justify that when you have a player like Kobe whose selfishness and do-it-myself attitude, you know what I'm saying, causes risk, series. You know what I'm saying? Also, him getting swept by the Mavs in 2011. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I think I'll take Timmy D.
But didn't the Spurs also get swept in the playoffs? Not even get swept, but didn't they also lose in convincing fashion in the playoffs as well with Tim Duncan as well?
What? Wait, are you talking about in 2011?
I'm talking about the year that they lost to the Thunder. Didn't they lose to the Thunder in the playoffs one year?
Oh,
like
are you talking about 20? Are you talking about 20? That was probably 2013, I think.
Yeah.
When LeBron beat the Thunder.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one thing, but that was a really good. That's an all-time Thunder team with Westbrook, KD, Ibaka, James Harden. That was a really good Thunder team. So I mean, it's not even. You also don't really measure teams based off of or players, I guess, how much you lose, but how high are your highs? Like when you win, how high do you go? How far do you take your teams? And with Kobe, man, he's taking his teams far. But what I saw Timmy do, you know what I'm saying, for some of the years I was live, I'm saying when I was rooting for him against LeBron, take that.
You rooted for Tim Duncan, bro?
I did root for Tim Duncan. After LeBron beat them the year before, man, LeBron was one of my favorite players, but it was disgusting.
You're muted.
I couldn't see him win again.
Senai, you're muted, buddy. You're muted.
Couldn't see him win again.
You rooted for Tim Duncan?
I did root for. Did I tell you we are from the same island, bro? And also at the time, the Spurs were one of my favorite teams. I really like Danny Green, Kawhi Leonard.
As a Lamite rider, you betrayed your glorious king.
So you know what I'm saying. I never rooted for George Gambler, George Drunker. So you know what I'm saying. There's still that, but I did. Yes, I did root for Timmy D.
That's George Billionaire, the first NBA billionaire of all time, bro.
George Cigars, man. George Casino.
Moving on. So, honestly, preseason football has been going on. Me and Jalen talked about it a little bit last episode, but obviously we got a Patriots fan here in Senai, another fellow Saints fan here in Kwengo. So, Senai, what you got to say about your Patriots performance and why Joe Milton should be QB1?
Okay, that's a great point. Except that it's not, because he's definitely not going to be QB1. I just want to get a few things out of the way. Number one, Joe Milton played really good. He played a lot better than I thought he was going to play. Two things. Preseason, right? Let's be honest. And number two, that crazy play that he did when he got out the backfield and then he did all this, went 20 yards backward, did that, right? That's not going to work. That's not going to work when you play in the Niners. Well, we don't play the Niners here, and you got Chase Young on one side and Nick Bosa on the other side. You're not going to be
Chase Young's on the Saints.
Oh yeah, he is, right? Who's the edge rusher they have? Or not even that. I don't know what's going on with Hassan Reddick. I don't know what's going on.
We requested a trade today.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to play. If he's not, I don't know what's going to happen. But even when we play the Jets, we see the Jets 2 times a year. Jermaine Johnson runs like a 4.4. Or Jermaine Johnson runs like a 4.5. He's one of the fastest edge rushers in the league. Him and then Bryce Huff on the other side. It's not going to work, bro. Stuff like that is not going to work. And to be honest, bro.
Wait, why not? Lamar does it.
Well, Lamar doesn't go 20 yards backwards just to go 3 yards forward. He doesn't.
Well, I've seen him do that actually quite a few times. Actually, he's done it against my Saints. Actually,
Lamar does not run all the way back just to go all the way forward. Lamar just went straight forward. He doesn't go all the way back. If he sees nothing open, he just runs. That's it.
I mean, I guess
that's why he's an effective scrambler. Lamar is a different story, but I think Joe Milton, he probably has one of the best arm talents in the draft. He's tall, fast, but he's not accurate. He doesn't have good ball placement, and he's somebody that we could use maybe as a hybrid player for the upcoming years. But Drake May is 100% the QB1. He's not going to be. He's probably going to split with Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby's probably 6 games or whatever, and then Drake May is going to come in the second half of the season. But there's no way in hell you're going to tell me Joe Milton QB1. No way.
Well, quick question. So, as a Saints fan, I'm inquiring. I recently seen some news about Joe Milton outplaying all the quarterbacks at camps, and now we're seeing him do this in the preseason. Not to mention, Drake May looks like scared out there. Like he looks like he has no awareness. You know what I'm saying? He's not making quick enough reads.
He
I don't
played
know.
6 snaps. What are you talking about? He played 6 snaps in the preseason game.
I don't know, Senai. I'm thinking
Yeah,
Milton
no,
is definitely not QB1,
snap.
but he looks more natural than Drake May to me.
That's
And
gotta
it kind
be-
of confirms what people were saying about in practice. You know, he's outplaying all the other quarterbacks. So
That's not true at all. Listen, like, obviously, we have to look at context. Okay. Drake May, 3rd overall pick. You're not going to draft somebody at 3rd overall just to have the 6th rounder, like, take their job. Like, it's just not going to happen, bro. And it's not like Drake, like, you're, like, people say Joe Milton outplays. Like, I don't know where people are seeing that. I haven't seen that at all. I have not seen that Drake May is getting outplayed by Joe Milton or this or that. I know the facts, bro. Jacoby Brissett is going to start 100%. Then Drake May is going to take over. We will not see Joe Milton take the field this year. We won't.
are you willing to put money on that?
How much money you put?
Let's put 50 on it.
Okay.
Locking in. Thanks. That was a donation. That was a donation. Oh my goodness. Joe Milton will definitely see the field, and I don't think that's up for debate. Jacoby Brissett.
Like,
That's
unless
what you would justify to play. Jacoby Brissett. If
Jacoby
Drake
Brissett-
May's not playing well, Joe Milton will see the field.
Jacoby Brissett is definitely going to start.
You guys would start that after you drafted him overall 3?
You have to, bro.
Why would you start Jacoby Brissett over your third?
So Drake May can learn, like, in live action. Like, he's never sat on the NFL sideline and watched a full game, like, actually being, like, on the team. Like, he's never done that before in his life.
I'd be really surprised if you do that because I see in a lot of situations you draft a quarterback top 5, he starts.
Well, no, like there are only certain situations, like Caleb Williams situation, you have to because you already traded Justin Fields. Tyson Badge is horrible. Who else? They got the Andre something. Justin Reed, I think that's the other guy. And Brent Ripken. Like none of them are going to start. Jacoby Brissett is a decent starter.
He's okay.
He's a decent starter. He's not that bad. But no way you're going to tell me that Joe Milton's going to see the field. It's not possible. You know, Haley Zappi needs to get the hell out of New England. Oh my gosh, if I see another 4 jersey in my team again, I'm going to crash.
Did you almost buy one?
Huh?
Did you almost buy one?
Who?
You.
What? Who? Haley Zappi?
Yeah, did you almost buy a Zappy jersey?
Bro. I would never forgive this man for losing us that Colts game. Like, I would never forgive him and Mac Jones for that. Never in my life. Never. They played awful last year. Like I don't think I smiled once as a Patriots fan. After the first 3 games of the season, when we almost beat the Dolphins. We almost beat the Eagles. Yeah, I think we almost beat the Dolphins. Like, I did not smile after week 3, bro. Because once Christian Gonzalez went down, I stopped smiling.
He would have been top 10 that season, right?
Yep. The only person to hold Tyreek Hill under 50 yards? What are you talking about? Christian Gonzalez.
So you trust him? So wait. Wait. Are you saying you would trust? I'm asking you this question, by the way. You would trust Christian Gonzalez 1-on-1 against Tyreek Hill?
Yes. Look at the fact. What happened when he played him? Under 30 yards. Wait, let me see. Gonzalez versus.
I'm telling you right now, he gonna have to ice up after that game.
No, more than
he's
ice.
gonna have to.
More than ice. If he tore his ACL, and then wasn't it like non-contact injury as well? What do you think Tyreek is gonna do to him? Oh my goodness!
So,
are you crazy?
Catches, the guy who's almost gonna reach 2,000 yards this year, 3 catches for 32 yards, while getting a pick.
How many targets?
Like straps.
I remember that game. I do remember him playing well against Tyreek. But for you to really think that, like,
He
And
played
wait.
100% of the snaps too. 100%
And
of
wait,
the snaps.
who won the game? I'm wondering.
Person whose eyes got hurt, bro. I don't know what they're talking about, bro.
Oh, that's what. Oh yeah, that's why y'all lost. Because when he got hurt, it was like everything
Yeah.
collapsed after.
We actually did, but yeah.
Okay.
Six
All
pack.
right. So now we talked about the Pats, we talked about the Pats, and everything like that. Kwengo, it's time to talk about the greatest team in the NFC, man. Team storied with history. Team storied with just.
Team in the NFC South, bro. What are you talking about?
I said greatest team in the NFC. Team that dusted your team 30-0 last year in New England. Yeah, I'm pretty sure in New England. Yeah. A team with players who came by the organization.
32? Oh no, it couldn't have been 32. It was more than that. Wait, don't lower our score next time. I think it was 38 or 42. I forgot
How many points y'all score against us? Let's count. What's that? Oh,
hold up, wait.
Is that a goose? Hold on, an egg?
oh yeah. It was 34-0.
It was 34.
Okay.
It was 34. Yeah, it was 34.
There we go. We got it correct there.
But yeah, let's talk about the greatest team in the NFC South, man. New Orleans Saints. So, Kwengo, go ahead, man.
So, man, I simply want to say, man, I'm not going to lie. After what I've seen and the rumors that I'm hearing about our team, I was saying that I could see us winning 9-10 games this season. But now I'm not going to lie. Our season is very much up in the air right now. There's a lot of things going on. Alvin Kamara, I don't think, has been offered a new contract. Not to mention, we have 3 quarterbacks, all that seem like they have some talent. Derek Carr played good towards the end of last year. And then Jake Hayner, he threw a dime to A.T. Perry. Even though he seems like he has like some talent. And then, we got Spencer Rattler. You know what I'm saying? He seems like he also has some talent. So we got 3 QBs with some solid talent. And we still have a pretty good team. We have a nice, secondary, excellent DB room, excellent defense. And it looks like we're about to have a dynamic offense. But I just don't know where the team is going. Like, there's a lot of different factors right now at play. Like, I don't know, Dennis Allen calling plays on offense. I hope that's not the case this year. There's a lot of different things. But, you know what I'm saying? All in all, we have a bright future. I know that for sure. Like, we have a very young talent. Young talent.
I meant to ask you. How many games do you see the Patriots winning this year? Like, do you have, like, I'm going to do over-under, so what's the line for the Patriots as far as, how many games they win this year?
6.5.
Over or under 6.5? Over?
If they win more than 6 games, that will actually exceed my. I'll be surprised if they win more than 6 games. Cause you have to understand, this is a development year.
Bengals.
That's L.
Niners. Holy shnikes. We play the Niners. The Dolphins. Texans. Jaguars. They know.
You know they got Mac Jones now, so.
Yeah, Mac Jones about to cook against them.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, pipe that, bro. I think we could beat the Jaguars, Titans, Rams, Cardinals, Colts, Chargers, and then buddy.
I really doubt you'll beat a healthy Jaguars.
These are winnable games.
Wait, did you say Colts and Jaguars are winnable games?
Yeah.
You guys are not beating Indianapolis.
The Colts are going to have Anthony Richardson again.
You guys are not beating Indianapolis.
You got to care about Anthony Richardson, bro.
Yes.
I saw him play for 3 weeks, bro. You think I really care about him, bro?
You're not beating Anthony Richardson.
They made the playoffs with Gardner.
They made the wild card with Minshew. If they had Richardson, they would.
He's a backup.
You said Richardson is horrible? Stop it, bro.
No, the division's actually not bad. No.
Yeah, the division's not bad at all. You tripping? It's just the Titans that are bad in that division.
I can see 6 winnable games. Like, I think we can beat the Jaguars. I think we can.
I doubt you.
I don't know what you guys beating about the Jaguars either, honestly.
I think we beat the Texans too. Like, I don't know.
Let's wait. Let's not forget. The Jaguars were pretty good last year until
not beating Seattle. Stop.
I think we have a chance, bro.
At the Texans?
No, it's Seattle. He said Seattle.
They have a chance. I won't even lie. They do have a chance. They have a chance at the Jaguars too. I just can't see them beating them.
because there's not a chance we're going to beat the Bengals week 1. Not going to happen. We're not going to beat the Niners. Maybe we could squeeze one game out of the Jets. I don't know, depending on the Hassan Reddick situation. But I don't think that's that big of a deal. I think we beat the Bengals. I don't think we got the chance to get the Bengals, Niners, Texans, Dolphins, Bears, Bills. Yeah, we don't have a chance to go those teams.
He just lacked out, but we could just keep going though. As far as the Saints schedule, I'm gonna pull it up right now. Let's see. As far as the Saints schedule for this year, we have. Let me see if I can look it up. Yep, we have the Panthers, Cowboys, Eagles, Falcons, Chiefs. My gosh, we play Kansas City, Tampa, Denver, Los Angeles Chargers,
Denver.
Panthers again, Falcons, Browns, Commanders, Packers, Raiders, and Buccaneers.
Hey, man. Hey, that Denver win will feed families, Dino.
The difference is you guys are lucky because you guys are the worst division of football. So, like, you get to see 3 trash teams twice a year.
Right.
So, like, you guys realistically should have a better schedule, a better year than us.
Right.
I think the Panthers are a game you can win. Cowboys, no chance. Eagles, no chance.
We could definitely beat Dallas. I could see us beating Dallas, honestly.
Wait. You're talking about Dallas that doesn't want
CD's still holding out 1. 2, we don't know how Dak is.
You don't know how Dak is? What do you know how Dak is?
I'm just saying. I mean, you see Dak play. Like, Dak's inconsistent, man. When he's on, he's on, bro.
In the playoffs. He's trash. In the regular season, he's good.
All right.
So, I think it's going to be the Panthers. No Cowboys, no Eagles. Maybe Falcons. Not a shot against the Chiefs. Maybe Bucks. Broncos. Chargers. Dang. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I see us at least 6 wins.
9, 10. Yeah, you guys can get. Yeah, you guys can get. I'll put the line at 8.5, and I'll bet the over.
8.5 is generous.
No, I'll bet the under. No, I'll put it at 9.5. Bet the under because, bro. I mean, I'll bet 8.5. Yeah, 8.5. Bro, you guys play the Broncos. That should be a win. Buccaneers should be a win. Panthers twice should be a win. That's 4 wins.
Right.
Chargers should be a win. That's 5 wins.
No, I don't know. The Chargers are pretty. They're going to be pretty good.
Arguably a win.
The Rams. They're
Giants
also pretty good.
Should be a win.
I don't think we're beating the Rams. I don't think we're beating the Rams.
Okay, even you guys can't beat the Rams. Giants is 6, Commanders is 7, Raiders are 8. Then you have the Buccaneers to the Packers. I think you guys can win. I think you guys, out of the Buccaneers, Packers, Browns, Rams, you guys should be able to come up with one of those wins.
All right. So, I mean, like you said yourself, like, it's 2 different spots. So,
but you guys are going to do that, though? No, because you guys have some of the worst play calling in the league.
That's fair.
I don't know, I guess Spencer Rattler's QB1 or who QB1 again?
We don't. Right now it would be Carr, but people are saying Spencer Rattler may be QB1, so we'll see.
Denard.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, my days.
Well, since Kwengo's not here, since Kwengo lagged out, that's going to do it for this episode. I'm not going to lie. Because we're going to do the top 10 quarterbacks, but Kwengo lagged out. So we're just going to save that for a whole nother episode. But, you said what?
That's cool.
Yeah. But, Senai, anything less up for people before we close out?
Listen. Thank God Kwengo's not here. Don't listen to a word he said. It's all malarkey. It's all nonsense. He doesn't make any sense. Listen. You cannot compare eras, right? You cannot compare an era and then just be like, oh, well, you just put this on here, you do that. Like, no. That's not how it works. That's never how it's going to work. We wish we got to do the top 10 QB debate, but Johnny United's the top 10 QB, so
Johnny United is not even top 20.
It's ridiculous.
I'm joking. He's top 15. But he's not even top 10. He's not even top 10. He's not even top 10.
You're saying this next episode? Next episode, I have to be there, bro.
He's not. I mean, look, unless you put some Johnny United's tape in front of me, I'm still not watching it. But, like, come on. Like, what he was doing in this era was finally cool. But, again, he was playing against plumbers and electricians.
He needed the 2-minute drill? I can't.
He was playing against plumbers and electricians, man. I'm pretty sure I can name 10
He created the 2-minute drill.
I'm pretty sure I can name 10 quarterbacks better. Brady already, that's 1. Montana already, 2. Young, 3 already. Steve Young is definitely a top 10 quarterback. Are you serious?
That's a quarterback.
Vic, for sure.
Michael Vick?
Yes, I said Michael Vick.
Steve?
I'm
Do you
not.
have a brain? Do you have a brain?
I do.
Is it funny?
Yes.
No.
Michael Vick is a top 10 quarterback of all time.
Okay, listen to this, bro. Let's change the next episode. We're gonna be on next, bro.
All right, but yeah. So Senai, he's confirmed to come back on for another episode. But my closing thing is LeBron is definitely the GOAT, greatest hooper of all time. Vic's definitely a top 10 quarterback of all time. If you think otherwise, you're tripping. He's definitely over Johnny Unitas for sure. He's definitely over Unitas for sure.
Shut up,
But thank you guys for tuning in for this episode of the Young Bulls Podcast. I've always been Denari. Again, this episode is presented by Solitary Faith Clothing. Make sure you guys go check out their, IG page and Solitary Faith Clothing. With faith comes solitude. So thank y'all for tuning in. Catch you guys in the next episode. Peace.